Hey, so on to question 2. So this is validation and verification, super common question. Okay, so verification is basically making sure. Let's do validation, and verification. So I think verification is easier to understand. So let's start with that. So verification is ensuring that the data has been entered or copied correctly. So we're making sure that the data is the same as the source being copied from. Okay, so and then we need to give an example. So for verification, we could have double data entry, or we could possibly have something like visual check, or I think we could have a check digit as well here. Check digit. So, but you only need one, so just put one down. But any of those should probably be okay. Yeah. So verification is ensuring it's being entered. So what does that actually mean? Well, it's just making sure I've not done a typo when I was actually entering the data into the system. So, for example, if the age of somebody was 10, but they have accidentally typed 101. So it's just checking that it's the same as the source. Now notice if the original was 101 and they had put 101, then the verification is still correct. Yeah, it's not checking for errors within the data. It's just checking that it is the same as what was as the original source or being transferred. Now, in this case, it's data entry, but it could also be for data transfer as well. Now, once you got that in your head, you can maybe understand what validation is. So validation is making sure that the data is reasonable. Okay. So that's making sure. Now, if we were doing like, I don't know, fairground ride for kids, and again, the age we had accidentally put as 101, then this should flag up within our validation because 101 as a child's age does not make sense. So making sure that the data is reasonable or makes sense, or additionally it could be making sure the data meets a certain criteria. Okay, so if we said ages must be between this and that. Okay, now in this case, my age thing, if I was saying that the age must be for a child, must be between, I don't know, 0, can you have a 0 age? Must be between 0 and, let's say 16 or 18, depending on which country you're in. And so we could have something like a range check in there as our example. Okay, so, and so that would be our answer to that question, I think.